Alright guys, we're going to be showing you today exactly how to have the strongest start with Norsca with the new upcoming DLC. So they can raise settlements, build monoliths in their place to gain allegiance to the four gods bestowing potent gifts. Use the monstrous arcanum to hunt down beasts while strengthening the tribe, assimilating other Norscans. Norsca is a faction of aggressive infantry, flexible monstrous infantry, and colossal line-breaking mammoths. Though lightly armored and vulnerable to missile fire, Norsca has the tools to breach enemy lines and or envelop the foe. The frenzied warriors of Norsca also have the rage ability, meaning the longer they fight in melee, the greater the bonuses they receive. So, we're going to go with the new legendary lord, Sayl the Faithless. This guy is sick. Alright. His whole entrance is insane. So, he can enact manipulations to undermine others, affecting their settlements, armies, or entire faction. Lord or hero recruitment rank is +2 for shaman sorcerers. Winds of magic reserve +10. Weapon strength +20% for current horsemen. Spell intensity +10%. Miscast base chance -25%. Enables poison attacks on Kurgan horsemen, and has the ability Night Maw, which is a wind attack ability. It's going to be a small moving area of effect, strong versus multiple units, and good against armor. So we're going to be starting off normal campaign difficulty. So let's dive right on in. He's going to start here at the top eastern portion of the map. Let's dive on in. Okay, so if you guys like this, make sure you subscribe to Titan Prime Gaming. Drop a little like, comment, whatever you guys want. Okay, so we're in, people. Tides of Torment. So we have Volgar, the Fimir Noble. And obviously we're going to put that guy right into our army with Sayl, because he's a melee combatant. We also can look at our path to victory, which is to construct altars to fulfill Sayl's ultimate ambition, attaining his rival's arcane power through malevolent dark rituals, which we can see right up here. Using Sayl's unique campaign abilities to give him the upper hand through manipulations against armies, settlements, and factions. Treachery is Sayl's craft, power prize, driven by a thirst to reap the ultimate. Arcane strength, the arch sorcerer of the Dolgan, connives to twist the world around him as a prelude to his invasions, all while attracting the unwanted attention of the gods. Beware, the attention of the gods does use from manipulations which may bring a champion's challenge that must resolve in one way or another. You can also pillage and raise your enemies' settlements to reap the valuable spoils needed for further conquests in foreign lands and other uses. Hunt down creatures listed in the monstrous arcana and defeat them in battle for unique and powerful trophies. Defeat the faction leaders, like Sayl, of rival Norscan tribes to give the option of confederation. Okay, and as we can see, we got Sayl the Faithless here right next to our Volgar. We're going to engage the enemy over here, so let's take a look. We'll place him right into the army. Okay, this is going to increase our movement range of our parent army. And then when we look at the Sayl character, he's still the same as we saw in the reveal. He's got that 380 weapon damage, so not bad, but he doesn't have a lot of armor, so I wouldn't keep him in battle, but he does have magical attack. He has Night Maw, Spell, Wind Blast, Enfeebling Foe, Wounds, Rage, which is that passive physical resistance, Leadership melee attack, Spell Mastery, Encourage, Hide, Missile Resistance, and Resilience. So what we're going to do with this guy here is we got to take a look at the map. So we're all the way up in that eastern part. So we either need to conquer some of this Chaos Wasteland or shoot straight down. Okay, this is our initial starting map. Norscan factions can send tribesmen into a province to raid and steal fear and devotion to their Chaos God, using the Marauder actions to spend spoils or reduce your own control and receive benefits. Only one marauding action can be active at any time. So, we can do fear-mongering, despoilment, profanity, or subterfuge. Okay, so when we're looking at these guys, what we're trying to decide is how do we want to proceed with our main faction, what's the main goals. So for this, we're going to be leveling this guy up as quickly as possible. So you want to get into battle first turn. It's a decisive victory. We're going to be doing a battle reveal here soon, so just stay tuned for that on my channel. For now, we're going to auto-resolve this. And let's take a look. So Sayl got 48 kills. The Famil got 87 kills. Our Ruin Caller got 131 kills, and then the next highest was the Kurgan Horseman. So those guys do work, people. Big upgrade for Norsca. Okay, Treasury 370, Army Replenishment, or Unit Experience. Well, we're going to go for the replenishment for right now. Sayl here. Looks like he gained a weapon. We have another mission, which is going to give us a potion. And then we can take this guy and we can battle here. Before we do that, though, we obviously need to assign our skill points. So we're going to be looking at how far do we need to move and how do we want to level up our guys. So Sayl's character is going to be a guy that is based off spells. Okay, so you're going to want his spells up as soon as possible. We also have Volgar, who's going to be melee attack or increasing mobility. So for our first battle, really doesn't matter either way. But we're going to go for mobility. Okay, and then let's take this out right now. Okay, so decisive victory again. Now, with this, we can... Oh, nice. We got one of the best items in the game, guys. You guys have to check this out. So we have barrier hit points 100, melee defense plus 5, ward save 10%, armor plus 10. Insane. Okay, so we can't raise an altar yet because to do that we have to use arcane power, which unfortunately we don't have any right now. We have to have the dark ritual. Okay, so let's take a look. We can get spoils, pillage, we can get pillage spoils as well. But for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to occupy this region. Okay, so let's take a look. We got another quest here. We also have technology. So with the chaos, there's a couple things going on. We have war customs, we have recruitment for marauders, we have some wolves, and we also have some secrets of taming for the monster units. So this is going to be more your monster route. This is going to be for trolls, and this here is going to be for your basic units. We also have tribal strength. This is going to be like campaign movement range. You're going to have a little bit of income, decreased construction, and increased money from ports. The sagas is going to give you movement range as well, but it's also going to give you improved battle reinforcement, improved ambush, global recruitment decrease, more campaign movement range, and improvements for heroes here, and this is going to improve your pillaging and raising. So if you're going for the hero improvements, you're going to go for this. Conquests, this is all new. So looking at the devastation, dark elves, butchering the high elves, blockading vampires, I mean, these are all great technology trees, but most of these are going to be battle focused. Okay. Alright, so when we're going to pick our favorite, I always go for the monsters because I'm a big monster guy. However, at the beginning, it's nice to get some improvements for your marauders because they're so dang cheap. Okay, so generally, I go for this one first. Okay, next thing, we want to assign our skill points again. So this guy can get Roiling Skies, which gives you a passive ability of triggering to negatively affect flying vehicles. So that's not really a big deal. What we're going to hit is this Pendulum. That's going to give us a lot of damage. And then we can give this guy our +5 attack. Then we're going to go to our major portion, our character details here. Make sure we have everything attached that we want. Okay. Take a look. We got an ancillary. And for this, we also want to take a look at the building upgrades for our basic starting point. We have 8,000 gold now. So we can improve our marauders. We can get more Premier nobles, more Norscan things like trolls, shaman sorcerers. And you have recruitment, income generated, income from sacking settlements, and another income with growth. So we're going to go for this one first. And then we're going to improve our marauders. And then let's take a look. For our military building here, the Dark Tower, we probably don't want to try to defend that a ton. So this is going to give us defensive supplies, but this over here is going to give us income. And on top of that, this one will give us income and growth. So we're going to hit that first. We obviously want to try to maintain this first province. Now, from here, we could take a look at the manipulations. Alright, so we have 4 different ones. Each one of these has a different availability. Okay. We're only going to get one at the beginning. So, the Sight Beyond Sight. And then there's Twisted Tribute, Fear and Fatigue, and Gather the Winds. So, this one's going to grant visibility. This one's going to give us spoils. Income from all enemy buildings goes down. We're going to get a rare magical item. This one decreases their vigor in battle. And this one is going to minus cooldown to spells. So let's give ourselves... Let's see here. Let's give ourselves a little advantage. We're going to perform this on the Imperial Wardens. And we got the Armor of Destiny. Check it out, guys. That is another one of the best armors in the game. So this guy gives us physical resistance, ward save, plus 10%. So, ooh, armor, barrier hit points. I mean, this guy's already got a barrier. Oh, no, he doesn't. Okay. The Caster Lord, it's pretty nice to have a barrier. So what we're going to give the Armor of Destiny to this guy so he can just go in there and stomp some people. Okay. And then from there, we got to look at our relations. Pretty much with this guy, you're not going to be friends with anyone. So don't worry about that too much. And then we're going to build our second Lord here. We're going to recruit to make sure that Sayl has somebody to gain experience with. And because we can basically pump up his army with these guys later on, we're going to be more focused on his other lores. So these guys are lore of fire, and then we also have the lore of metal. Okay, so what I'm going to say is with this we also have some guys that can go into battle and support. Magical item grants plus 15%, and spotter, so he increases forest spotting. I don't know how much that'll help, but it would help to have improved campaign line of sight. So I think we're going to grab that guy. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and grab some units for Sayl. There's the Marauder Hunters, Marauders, Marauder Spearmen, and our Marauders with great weapons. So we're obviously going to go with these Hunters. Make sure we're headed in the right direction here. And with that, that sums up Sayl the Faithless, Turn 1, Domination. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day. Titan Prime, out. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like what you see. We'll have more Turn 1s coming later. Today we're going to show you exactly how to dominate turn 2 with Sayl. Alright, so jumping back in, if you guys don't already know, this is Titan Prime Gaming and we are going in on our second turn with Sayl the Faithless. You can catch up on the first guide on our YouTube channel. So we want to take our second lord that we had recruited, okay? We want to make sure that we're still recruiting with him. So we're going to bring Sayl over here, and we're going to basically come in to assault this guy. Now, we're going to throw this guy down into raiding stance. And then our other lord here is going to go into recruitment stance, or it's called encamped. Oh no, raiding camp stance. Yeah, and then we're gonna grab some marauders. All right, armored piercing missiles. That's what I'm talking about. And then from this point, we can upgrade our beast tanner, get some more income, get some more slaves going, and then we can look at the manipulations. But we have performed a bunch of them already. So let's see. We could click Sayl the Faithless, and we can do a gather the winds on him.
You are the most generous of patrons.
And then what we're going to do is we are going to check out our diplomacy, which there's probably not anybody going to be our friend right now. Okay. So from here, we want to dive into our third turn. So let's go ahead. Okay. So battle deployment, we just got taken in here. Now we can just retreat this guy out, and basically this guy came out of his little hole, and Lothar also pulled himself out. So we've got ourselves a little interesting predicament. Do we go for Lothar? Do we go for Tar? Or we go for Desolation Ridge? Well, guess what? The easiest answer for you guys is we're gonna raise this to the ground, baby. So we decisive. So check this out, guys. Pillage spoils. This is how you use spoils. A pillaging force holds these spoils for transport to the nearest owned region where they add to your faction-wide total. They can increase their haul of spoils by pillaging other settlements. One haul is delivered, the force disbands. Okay. Bam. So let's check this out. Oh, we got Armor of the Dark Gods. This has to be one of the best armors that I've seen in a long time. Heal per second. Oh my goodness. And it's to cool down 15 seconds. Oh my. Wow. Okay. So this guy can literally heal himself with this. So 15% resistance. He can get healing. So we're gonna. I think what we're gonna do.
I triumph where Skull Kane faltered.
Yeah, sure. We'll throw it on him.
It's done.
We'll throw the Armor of Destiny on this guy, and then this guy can have the barrier hit points. Keep him strong. Okay, let's apply our skills. So from here, we obviously have no movement range for the rest of this turn. However, this guy does. And so what we can do is we can place this guy back into the broken mount. But instead, what we're going to do
The crow directs me. Marauders all.
Yeah, actually, we are gonna do that. We're gonna throw them back in, and we'll grab some Marauder Bearmen. Those look pretty cool. Now, most likely, this guy is not gonna attack me. Lothar might. However, we will crush that guy.
And conquer.
So, from here, we can even take our secondary army, and then we're gonna move it right here next to Sayl, and we can reinforce him. But guess what? We can come back and we can colonize this. Pretty crazy, huh? And guess what? Our spoils have been successfully delivered. Okay. Little trick there. Alright, now you can take your dude and we'll throw those skill points in. So, movement range, we don't really need that this turn. But basically, anytime we go through any of these campaigns, I like to get that. And then we're going to make sure that this guy has high melee defense. You don't want him taking a lot of damage. We're going to look at our tech tree. We got our Chaos Surge, so our Marauders are going to be way stronger. Okay. And let's do... Okay, campaign line of sight. That's cool. Campaign movement range. And we have ambush, success, and defense. That's pretty good. But if we're going for the conquest, man, we gotta go for the military.
This is the correct path.
Okay. Now, there are objectives in here. So construct a chaos altar. So if we do that, we're gonna get this pretty sweet little item. So we're gonna end, and that is gonna be the end of turn 3.
Beyond the veil.
Today we're going to show you exactly how to dominate turn 2 with Sayl. Alright, so jumping back in, if you guys don't already know, this is Titan Prime Gaming, and we are going in on our second turn with Sayl the Faithless. You can catch up on the first guide on our YouTube channel. So we want to take our second lord that we had recruited, okay? We want to make sure that we're still recruiting with him. So we're going to bring Sayl over here, and we're going to basically come in to assault this guy. Now, we're going to throw this guy down into raiding stance. And then our other lord here is going to go into
This way.
recruitment stance, or it's called encamped. Oh no, raiding camp stance. Yeah, and then we're gonna grab some marauders. All right, armored piercing missiles. That's what I'm talking about. And then from this point, we can upgrade our beast tanner, get some more income, get some more slaves going, and then we can look at the manipulations. But we have performed a bunch of them already. So let's see. We could click Sayl the Faithless, and we can do a gather the winds on him.
You are the most generous of patrons. Many
then?
have challenged me.
What we're going to do is we are going to check out our diplomacy, which there's probably not anybody going to be our friend right now. Okay. So from here, we want to dive into our third turn. So let's go ahead. Okay, so battle deployment, we just got taken in here. Now we can just retreat this guy out, And basically, this guy came out of his little hole, and Lothar also pulled himself out. So we've got ourselves a little interesting predicament. Do we go for Lothar? Do we go for Tar? Or we go for Desolation Ridge? Well, guess what? The easiest answer for you guys is we're gonna raise this to the ground, baby. So we decisive. So check this out, guys. Pillage spoils. This is how you use spoils. A pillaging force holds these spoils for transport to the nearest owned region where they add to your faction-wide total. They can increase their haul of spoils by pillaging other settlements. One haul is delivered, the force disbands. Okay. Bam. So let's check this out. Oh, we got Armor of the Dark Gods. This has to be one of the best armors that I've seen in a long time. Heal per second. Oh my goodness. And it's to cooldown 15 seconds. Oh my. Wow. Okay. So this guy can literally heal himself with this. So 15% resistance. He can get healing. So we're gonna. I think what we're gonna do.
I triumph where Skull Kane faltered.
Yeah, sure. We'll throw it on him.
It's done.
We'll throw the Armor of Destiny on this guy, and then this guy can have the barrier hit points. Keep him strong. Okay, let's apply our skills. So from here, we obviously have no movement range for the rest of this turn. However, this guy does. And so what we can do is we can place this guy back into the broken mount. But instead, what we're going to do...
The crow directs me. Marauders all.
Yeah, actually we are going to do that. We're going to throw him back in. And we'll grab some Marauder Bearmen. Those look pretty cool. Now, most likely this guy is not going to attack me. Lothar might. However, we will crush that guy. So, from here, we can even take our secondary army, and then we're going to move it right here next to Sayl. And we can reinforce him. But guess what? We can come back, and we can colonize this. Pretty crazy, huh? And guess what? Our spoils have been successfully delivered. Okay? Little trick there. Alright, now you can take your dude and we'll throw those skill points in. So, movement range, we don't really need that this turn. But basically, anytime we go through any of these campaigns, I like to get that. And then we're going to make sure that this guy has high melee defense. You don't want him taking a lot of damage. We're going to look at our tech tree. We got our Chaos Surge, so our Marauders are going to be way stronger. Okay. And let's do... Okay, campaign line of sight. That's cool. Campaign movement range. And we have ambush, success, and defense. That's pretty good. But if we're going for the conquest, man, we gotta go for the military.
This is the correct path.
Okay. Now, there are objectives in here. So construct a chaos altar. So if we do that, we're gonna get this pretty sweet little item. So we're going to end, and that is going to be the end of turn 3. Ho ho! He stopped. He started trespassing, but he still let me recruit my units, so... Okay. Now, what we can do is we can take Sayl right over here and wipe this guy right off the map, or you can run over and take this minor settlement. So, Lothar is a fairly strong lord, and you only have a 6 garrison. So, what we could do is come right out here and essentially see if we can take him out with Sayl. Now, let's see. Any manipulations we can throw down? Oh, we can throw down Vigor and Battle Tired. We can basically make this guy weak. So what we're going to do is we're going to perform that manipulation on him. Make him a weak little pansy. And then we're going to bring our dude right in. We're going to declare war on you. Chaos, you are no match for me. Alright, so the cool part is we can just move this guy right across over here. And it's going to pull our settlement and the other dude right in. Okay. Which is pretty sick. So for me, what I like to do is make sure that we take the artillery out as soon as possible, the Lord and the Aspiring Champions. Okay. So what we're going to do here, for this guide, we're going to auto-resolve this. We can replenish unit experience or treasury. So for right now, I think what we're going to do with is we're going to get some treasury going, get that money going. Now we can either kill the faction leader permanently, or we can release the enemy warlord and get spoils. Okay, well obviously let's do that. Okay, now we're going to throw down some skills with this guy. He's going to be a leader of the armies, so we're going to upgrade him. There. We're going to increase our mobility again. So we have plus 15% movement range since turn 1 already. And then we're going to throw down a wind blast because that guy is one of my favorites. And then the passive ability, smoke and mirrors. It's alright, but I think the reality is with the next one is we're going to get some of that experience and leadership.
Greater means greater men.
Okay, so from here we can take Tom in and ideally we can trade all these units over here. I think we could do that and bring Tom in. Okay. Nope. So what we'll do, well, we'll have to put those guys back. These were the... Wait, which guys were in his little army?
Bloodthirsty, chieftain of the tribe.
Wielder of winds.
It's gotta be the guys with... Oh yeah, it's that guy.
True
Okay, so
savages.
it says that we will lose that battle. So let's see, any more manipulations we can do? Ambush defense chance for the targeted faction, minus 30%. Okay.
Northmen come.
Now if we pull this guy
On the
out,
prowl.
we can go into ambush.
Fine.
So we'll go manipulation on this guy. See if we can ambush him. Looks like we can gain a Marauder Chieftain in the recruitment pool. An army of Norskins worshipping the Hound will appear. Recruiting troubles. I say we do this. Alright, anyways. We're gonna take this dude over. We're gonna ambush.
At last.
Oh, so close. But that's okay. What we can do is we will pull back.
You're a pretender. Slaughter the sheep.
We'll put him in here. Now, Sayl's gonna be just fine. So we're gonna place him at the front. We're gonna throw some troops back in this guy's army. Okay, so let's grab some javelin. These guys have 90 range. Oh, so that's pretty good. And it looks like these guys have some pretty large units. Okay, then from there, we're gonna upgrade our buildings. Get this guy ripping. And then we're going to end the turn. And that's going to be the end of turn 4. Oh! So this dude brought his army in. Just like I thought. But let's see. We get a Pyrrhic victory. But we don't lose any of the main units, so... You know, not a bad little gig here. So we're going to take our treasury back. And then looks like we can bring this guy right over here. And this guy right over here. And then we're going to assign our skill points for dominating that guy. We're going to throw down... Where do we got? We have the Marauders. Marauder Hunt, Bearmen. Yeah, I like those fearsome warriors. We're gonna get this guy hard to hit again.
Dominate.
And then for this dude, we also want to make sure he has some fearsome warriors. We'll engage battle. I'll just ambush him like a total jerk. He runs away. You are no match for me.
Not a chance.
Let's do it again. I can do it again. Alright. Take him out. Oh. 1 hit point left on this guy. The gods will be appeased. Okay, so we can confederate the chieftain's tribe, form a military alliance, get diplomatic relations and they die, or we can get some spoils. So let's get some money and some spoils here. As you guys can see, we have 847 spoils already. Okay, so now to get these larger units here, we like the Werekin, those are pretty cool. So I think what we'll throw down on, well, we could get some Marauder Champions. That'd be pretty cool. We gotta throw our skill points on. Leader of the Dolgan. Perfect vigor for current horsemen or weapon strength increase 10%. So this one's pretty good. We're gonna grab that. The spoils of ambition. Now we gotta get some horsemen back though. Follow me. Let's see. Any diplomacy? Any quick deals around here? Nope. Okay. So Satan the Black is right over here. Looks like he's improving, so that's good. He's probably not going to come for me. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go for the Rotten Stone.
I hear you.
So this guy's gonna sit
Moving
here
out
and just
to spoil and
continue
ravage.
to recruit.
If someone
Then I'm gonna
falls,
bring
leave them. Fahasut.
Sayl to the edge of the map here.
Come. We are not
As far
alone.
as he can go, basically.
We continue.
Enslave the Southerners.
Actually, Marauder Hunters. Grab some more of those. And then we will
Beyond them,
take a look.
our patron smiles.
Okay, so in the next 5 turns, we can start using our manipulations again. Alright, quest. The Battle of Ashashar. The Viper's Staff is the weapon you can get. Passive ability, Viper's Staff. Winds of Power, Magic Reserve. Minus upkeep, and leadership for the Kurgan Horsemen. Wow. Okay. Well, quite the battle there. Okay.
Chieftain of the
So this
tribe.
guy just got some skill points coming in. So we're gonna give him some movement range. Upgrade our Premier.
Sorcerer of the Dolgan.
We're gonna take Tom.
Tribal fury.
We're gonna move him over this way.
Scarred, but unbound.
Immediately.
Alright, so Sail's gonna throw down her to get. Alright, there's Norsca Warhounds. Poison. There's Marauder Hunters. Marauder Spearmen. Let's see, what does this guy have?
am not sworn to you.
They have a couple infantry. So we just probably want some frontline units. We'll grab some spearmen here. We'll grab a little bit more building upgrades. And then we have 10,000 gold right now. Okay. So the Dark Ritual, it says we need to construct Chaos Altars. And then spoils can be required to occupy non-Norscan regions. They're also primarily gained in post-battle loot. They can be transported. So we can also look at our next hero that we'll probably be recruiting here soon. We have Marauder Chieftains with some new attributes. This guy has 5% resistance for the whole army. Oh my gosh, yeah, we're definitely gonna grab that guy. Alright. And then since we have so much money, let's just start souping our army up here, people. We're gonna grab some frontline guys too. Alright. And then that'll be the end of turn.
No. Asinine mortal. None more resourceful.
Alright, so we'll move this guy as close as
The
possible
hound compels.
so we can reinforce Sayl.
No quarter.
Bam. Oh,
Quickly.
what?
Bring
Okay,
down.
we gotta bring him a little closer.
Journeying.
Alright. Cool. Easy
No
money.
quarter.
I like how they keep saving the rune collar. Okay, this guy got 176 kills. That is insane. Okay, let's raise a Chaos Altar. Pillage and raise a Chaos Altar.
The boons of vain worship.
Or we got our quest. We got our little arcane item. We got this cool banner thing if we issue a commandment. So we have all these different types of commandments. Generally what I like to do is go for growth and construction cost decrease right off the bat. So the rotten stone, the chaos altar, we can do battle loot increase, recruitment, which gets you great warriors, skin wolves, or you can also do this one, gets you campaign movement range in your province though. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go right over here. You can't go wrong with some chaos warriors and some, what was that? Some skin wolves? Yeah. Alright. Get some more income coming in. And then let's take a look. We can get another ruin caller. Oh my gosh, and some trolls. Alright. Okay. That sounds great. So the last thing, we gotta get the Marauder Horsemen. So then we can pretty much recruit whatever we want over here. We're gonna go for our... We don't care about Marauder Chariots right now. So what we're gonna look for... Ooh, this is good. Increase recruit rank. Win 10 battles against certain factions. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna grab that campaign movement range. That's gonna help us out quite a bit.
Divide and conquer.
Get that missile resistance.
I have great aspirations.
And then this guy's just gonna keep buffing up over here. So we'll throw in some of these guys. And then we can go ahead and end the turn. Interesting. We got our monstrous arcanum. Got our Drake Hunter's banner. So let's take a look. He's got Berserker's sword on, but we definitely want to put this arcane item on. And then let's see.
Norsca.
I can throw some of this stuff on you guys. Throw the sword on him. Then we got ancillaries. Okay.
A surefire improvement.
So we have here at the Rotten Stone, we can just upgrade this and keep getting more income and more spoils. We can also upgrade here to start getting up to our Kurgan Horsemen, which is definitely where we want to go. So basically the next step is Zatan. Is he going to come for us? It looks like they condemn, or they have aversion with us. But if I take him now, he will probably attack. However, if you notice, the Volary is his main fortress, so we could get there in like a turn and a half. Pretty much cripple his economy. So, in general, what I would recommend would be you're going to want to take this guy, and you're going to want to keep him as close as possible to this main settlement, so that way this guy doesn't think he can take you out. Okay.
Yes.
You can recruit some more dudes. We got plenty of money.
Overrun the world.
And then
Understood.
we'll take Sayl here. Let's see if I can move this guy. To the edge, and then we can take him out pretty easy. Ah, there's also the Puppets of Misrule over here. So, since Sayl the Faithless is pretty much merciless, looks like this guy's the most likelihood of having an alliance. But, unfortunately, he is in my warpath, so he's gonna have to go. Alright. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take Sayl, and we're gonna run him right over. Here. And it looks like we could... There's 8 and 7. So we could most likely create some damage on this one here, the Fortress of Eyes, and get some more spoils. So I think what we'll do is we're going to throw our guy in ambush stance. Actually, that's probably not going to work. He'll probably just see us, so we'll just walk on over. He won't know what's happening. All right. And that's turn 8. Alright, so what we're going to do here on turn 8. Okay, we got our tech in. So we're going to look at that tech tree. We want to make sure that we like ambushes, okay? And reinforcement range is increased, so that is nice. Bigger loss when defending. Global recruitment for all units. Post-battle, stealing a battle item. That's pretty cool. Definitely nice to get extra items, because then your guy gets real strong real quick. But global recruitment time going down, I mean, that is just another level.
This shall tip the scales in my favor.
Okay, so we can take this out in one shot.
Overrun
We
the
can
world.
reinforce here. We probably can't take Zatan with this guy right now, so we need to make sure that he's in a position of increasing power. So we'll throw some spear infantry in with him. And then with this guy, he's going to be basically just reinforcing Zatan's defense. Okay, we're going to get some Norsca ice wolves there. And let's see. I think the next step will be probably want to get some income coming in. And growth. There we go. Okay. Now, let's take Sayl for a ride here.
I submit.
I see them bail beyond the veil. They do not command me.
Chieftain of the tribe.
Well, actually, let's look at the Monstrous Arcana. have some glory hunts. Maybe we could do a glory hunt. Okay. Okay, so glory hunt. Frozen. A dangerous hunt. I'm not sure how hard these are.
The demons make their desires plain. A
Okay.
simple task.
Let's take this guy.
Bring
Ammunition. There we go.
do it.
Okay. Let's pillage this thing.
Despoil and ravage.
Oh, nice. Got another sick item, the Flaming Axe of Cormac, which gives us flaming attacks, base weapon damage, etc. That's pretty cool.
None
So maybe we throw that guy, throw him on here. And then
Enslave the Southerners.
we got some skills to throw on the warriors. So for right now, we're gonna give them some blades,
foremost shaman.
and let's give them a little melee attack here. Pretty cool. All right, now this guy is a army where he can deliver spoils, so I can come here.
Marauding.
Bam, colonize it.
Slaughter the
It
sheep.
delivers
Bring death.
spoils if you bring it to your own region right over here. So next turn you can bring that over there.
Tonight we feast.
Okay, so we're gonna upgrade this and then we'll end our turn. Alright, Zatan did exactly what we thought he would do. So what we'll do is we're going to move this guy and be able to take out this Bloodwind Keep, basically.
The crow directs me.
Okay, and then what we can do
Wielder of winds.
is we could probably take out this Chaos Dwarf guy right here.
It
Let's
takes
look.
supreme
Yeah,
skill
maybe.
to manipulate the tides of opinion.
Okay. Let's see if we can pull them all into this battle
All the
here.
way. The eagle guides me. Sent by the serpent.
Seer of the wastes.
Nice. Toasted. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna replenish the army.
Better than death. No. Scarred, but unbound.
And then by next turn you can literally
Yes.
take that one out. Okay,
Despoil
and then from here,
ravage.
you definitely want to
Overrun the world.
make sure you recruit a fourth guy if you can afford it.
Great.
I'm gonna grab that sorcerer,
Sorcerer.
grab the spiritual leech, and we better upgrade these
I
guys.
triumph where Skull Cave faltered. I see the other side.
Ooh. Definitely want the melee defense from my
To
room color.
survive, you must be prepared.
We can upgrade here. And then we want to make sure we
shame on
recruit.
sorcerer.
We're going to grab some Marauder Horsemen with the throwing axes.
Dark
And
seal.
we can upgrade that Chaos Altar over here to get those skin wolves. And that right there, guys, is one of the strongest starts you can possibly do. Turn 10,
The voices
we have 2 legendary items. We have 3 rare items. And our legendary lord is level 10, and our second lord is level 5.
Savages.
So if you guys have any ideas, or if you have any other turn ideas that you would like to give in, make sure you drop a comment, like, subscribe. Titan Prime out.
Subscribe and prove yourself worthy of the hunt.